I spent months learning how to become a boxer from home, and it's actually easier than most people think. In this video I show you the step-by-step process to train like a boxer without going to the gym. I started out as a skinny, shy Asian kid who spent most of his time playing video games. Even though I had been doing karate for 10 years, it didn't give me the confidence or the skills to defend myself in a real fight. At some point I realized I need to change something. That's when I decided to teach myself boxing from home. As I practiced, I quickly learned the basics and started improving faster than I expected. By the time I joined a boxing club, I was one of the best beginners there, and it didn't take long before I moved from the beginner group to the advanced group. Soon I was entering fights and I was actually winning, which boosted my confidence not only in the ring but also in every aspect of my life. Boxing is without a doubt one of the best martial arts for self-defense. But you still don't even know how to throw a simple 1-2. You will be knocked out cold when you get into a real fight. You never know when a street fight could happen, but if you're a boxer you can defend yourself no matter how unexpected it is. Training in boxing gives you the skills and the confidence to handle any situation. You will feel safe walking around at night because you know what you can do if something happens. There are only 5 steps that will already make you a solid boxer. Number 1. Basic technique. This will already make you way ahead of the average person, because let's be honest, the average person does no better than swinging in a street fight. In boxing there are basically 6 punches. There's the jab, the cross, the left hook, the right hook, the left uppercut and the right uppercut. And of course a lot of variations like the overhand, but let's just stay with the basics for now. To make everything more simple, there's a number system for the 6 punches. 1 for the jab, 2 for the cross, 3 for the left hook, 4 for the right hook, 5 for the left uppercut and 6 for the right uppercut. Remember these numbers because they will make everything easier. Now pick either one of these stances. It's simple. If you're right-handed, then take the orthodox stance. If you're left-handed, then take the southpaw stance. To train your technique, do shadow boxing for combinations, ladder drills for footwork and head movement drills for dodging punches. Shadow box in front of a mirror for 3 times 3-minute rounds. Aim for simple combos like single jabs, then multiple jabs, then 1-2s, then 1-2-3s. If you get confused by the numbers, look up the screenshot that you took before. Make sure to not drop your hand when you pull it back. That would leave you open for a counter. Just practice these 4 combinations. I actually saw people winning with these combos in amateur boxing fights. If it works there, then it should definitely work in a street fight. Same for ladder drills. Buy a cheap agility ladder for 10 bucks or just use some tape to make one for free. First move in and out, then alternate, then add some punches when you move in and out. That should give you the footwork to quickly move while throwing punches at the same time. Do a 3-minute round per exercise. That would be 3 times 3-minute rounds for your footwork. Finish the workout with 3 times 3-minute rounds of head movement drills. Attach a band with a little weight to the ceiling. In the first round just move to the side with your upper body, then weave. Finally start throwing punches after you dodge. Here's an overview for all the workouts so you can screenshot this. Number 2. Breathing endurance. Doing a lot of punches will get you out of breath very fast. Many boxers underestimate cardio training until they find themselves gasping for air while getting beaten up like a heavy bag. The most important things in boxing are technique and endurance. If you lack one of these things, you will have a hard time. There are many ways to improve your endurance, for example with long runs, cycling or high intensity circuit workouts. But after trying all of them out personally, I figured that there's a shortcut to get the right endurance for boxing. Do as much sprints as you can. Go on a 3-kilometer run, find marking spots like an electricity post, trees or anything else with about 100 meters between each other. Do 4 sprints, then light jogging until you hit the 3 kilometers overall. The next week you do 5 sprints, then 6. Then you could increase to 5 kilometers overall. Then buy one of these breathing masks to make it even harder. You can find these on Amazon for under 50 bucks. Because this is very intense, this workout will take you even less than 30 minutes. Number 3. Punching endurance. This will make you able to punch more than your opponent while keeping your hands up. There's a big difference between breathing endurance and punching endurance. Breathing endurance will help your heart and your lungs to circulate more blood throughout your body. Punching endurance will help your arms to fatigue less fast when throwing a lot of punches. It will also save you from dropping your hands, which would easily give your opponent a chance to knock you out. Set up your heavy bag, download an interval timer, go to the editing tab, set it to 6 rounds of 30 seconds each. No rest in between. Switch from 30 seconds of non-stop punching to 30 seconds of moving backwards, dodging and blocking punches. Then rest for 2 minutes. Do it again if you still got some energy. The goal of this is to be completely out of breath. Increase sets and rounds with each week. If you don't got a heavy bag or gloves, you can do the same with little weights. One set will only take 3 minutes. You can increase the rounds and sets if it's too easy. I know this endurance workouts seem different from the usual ones on YouTube, but since a real fight involves a lot of sprints, these workouts will definitely prepare for an actual fight. You don't want to be the guy who brawls for 10 seconds and then gasps for air like a little pug. When I was preparing for my fights, I used the same workouts, which made me win a lot of times. Number 4. Watch boxing. It is very important that you see how combinations are executed in real fights. It's one thing to just practice your combos in front of the mirror, but it is something completely different to actually use them in a fight. So you need to start learning by watching. Here are the must-watch fights that you need to check out. We have Floyd Mayweather vs Canelo Alvarez in 2013. We have Vasyl Lomachenko vs Jorge Linares in 2018. And last but not least, we have Naoya Inoue vs Nonito Donaire. All of these fights are very technical. Watch them and learn from the best. If you want to find more workouts and drills, check these guys out. There's Tony Jeffries, who does a lot of technical workouts. There's Boxing Science, who does a lot of boxing workouts with weights. And then there's a modern martial artist who does a lot of in-depth technical analysis of the greatest fighters in boxing history. These guys helped me the most when I was a beginner. Number 5. Sparring. This is where I get the real fighting experience. Doing heavy back drills and actually sparring someone are two different worlds. You will gain way more experience for real fights because there's a human being who actually punches back. If you got a friend who is also into boxing, then try to do some sparring with him. But I have to be honest with you both won't learn much. I sparred with a friend who also started out boxing with me, but we were just brawling and learning the wrong technique because nobody pointed out our mistakes. We had a hard time going to the boxing club and relearn our whole technique until it's correct again. For real sparring, you would actually need to be in a boxing club with a coach who points out your mistakes. After you went through all this training, you may feel confident enough to join a gym in your local area. If you don't want to, all the mentioned steps will already increase your odds to be able to defend yourself in a street fight. Becoming a boxer from home is actually that easy. But I know what you think. I don't have the time for this, I don't have the money, I'm not the type of person who could do this stuff. But bro, don't let dope stop you before you've even tried. There's a reason why every workout in here can be done without a gym and takes less than an hour. Any gear you need costs under 50 bucks and every step is perfectly suited for beginners. Think of the reason why you clicked on this video. You want to protect yourself, you want to win fights. Start easy with these workouts and then build up every week. The fact that most people don't know how to defend themselves is not entirely their fault. Because of the wealth and comfort in modern societies, we are so distracted and don't desire to learn how to fight. But overall, this will make us weaker with each generation. That's why you need to take care of that by yourself and start learning how to fight right now. Keep your hands up.